I have played a lot of Mario games in my life. They are some of the greatest games ever created. And of course, a big reason for that is the amazing levels that are featured in them. So let's count down what I believe to be the 10 best levels in the series. Also, I'm only going to be looking at the mainline Mario games, and I'm going to limit myself to one level per game, just so we get a little more diversity. So let's go. First, at number 10, let's take a look at a level from Super Mario 64. Now, there are a ton of amazing levels here that are instant classics for so many people, and maybe a bit of a hot take, but the one I'm choosing for this spot is Tiny Huge Island. Even in the castle, its theme is set up. You see two of the same painting on either side of you, except one is so small you can jump to it from the platform, and the other is so big it almost feels intimidating to run up to. And once inside, you can switch between everything being way too small and way too big. The game also does this in a lot of interesting ways. On the tiny island, you can basically climb all the way up with just a couple jumps. Then you have to ground pound this spot to make a hole and drain the water, but it's too small for you to fit through. So now you have to switch to the huge island and use these ramps to climb back up. Now the hole is big enough for you to fit in, and you're forced to fight the Wiggler boss when he's huge because of the state the island is still on. I seriously can't remember any level that has this amount of depth and layers to it. I think most people can agree that all of the levels in New Super Mario Bros. U kind of blend together. Grass, desert, water, lava, whatever it is, they all feel the same. That is, except for this level, because number 9 is Painted Swampland, the one with this amazing background. Just being able to play a level like this that looks so unique is incredible. It's a background that looks like it was drawn by Van Gogh himself. Not to mention, it's filled with matching pipes, along with poison and boo circles, which really fit the night sky theme. That's enough to give it a spot on this list, in my opinion. Why wasn't this one of the themes in Mario Maker? Bowser's Fury is a much more open-world game that doesn't really have any levels per se, but there are still individual islands around the whole lake. I wanted to talk about this one just for how funny it is the first time, but instead for number 8, I chose Slipskate Slopes. Jump inside a Goomba shoe and skate all the way down this long obstacle course collecting coins. This new power-up was really fun to use when first introduced in 3D World, but was never fully utilized. A great gimmick cannot succeed without a great level to go with it. That's why this place is great, because it gave it the opportunity it deserved. It's really fun, and some of the secret shines are really well placed too. Just like this key, that was cool to figure out. Mario games typically have a final world that contains the hardest stages to finish everything with. Super Mario World is what started this. You know, the special world that have those stages with weird 90s terms? Well, my favorite out of all these, and the one going at number 7, has to be Funky. This level is pretty long and is really going to test your skills. Mainly what you'll be avoiding are these giant dudes who pound the ground and shoot lightning bolts. It's a lot to look out for, but I just love this stage because of the green apples. What is so special about these, you might ask? Well, they only appear in this level, and when Yoshi eats them, 20 seconds gets added to the timer. And this makes things interesting, because as you know, once the timer reaches 100, the music starts playing faster. But by eating the green apples right when that happens, you can make the timer go back up and reach 100 seconds again. The music will then go even faster, and you can do this all throughout the stage, until the music ends up sounding like this. Amazing. The levels in Super Mario Sunshine all have a very similar theme, yet they are all still unique from each other. But the one that I think is above all the rest, and also number 6 worthy, is Pinna Park. My love for amusement parks is just too strong. There are so many great shines here. 2 of them involve riding on the roller coaster, which is already a lot of fun. Then there's jumping across the moving pirate ships to collect red coins, and solving this platforming puzzle to climb to the top of the the Ferris wheel. Sure, there might be some missions that have almost no purpose at all, but I feel like all of these rides inside the park are utilized in such creative ways, and it is easily the most memorable out of this game. Another game that featured this special final world with challenging levels is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. These, of course, have some of the hardest levels in the game, but they are also some of the best. The one I'm putting in this number 5 spot is World 9-8, the place where there's a bunch of clouds that launch you high into the air. Oh yeah, and there's these massive bullets that fly in at you. Those things really surprised me the first time I played this many years ago. It's gonna take some good control to get past all of these without taking a single hit. It is an auto-scroller, which is usually not a good thing for levels, but in this one, you're never waiting for the screen to catch up. You're always going to be bouncing super high and paying attention to those coins so you don't get hit by those ginormous attacks. You know, if Bowser actually wants to stop Mario, why would he not use these more often? Now let's head into space for Super Mario Galaxy. Oh man, this game has so much to choose from. If I didn't set a limit of 1 level per game, almost all of them would probably be from here. But at number 4 is Melty Molten Galaxy. This is one of the last galaxies you unlock, and what an adventure it is through this place. First, you start on this planet that has a volcano which erupts as you fly away. Then you're trying to climb up an island as it sinks into the lava, and after that, you fight the fiery version of Dino Piranha. Every star in this galaxy is so fast-paced. Everything flows so nicely, and the music. This is one of my favorite pieces of all time. No one ever talks about how good this galaxy is, but I have always loved it. But there's another galaxy I want to talk about, because we can head to the sequel since it is a different game, and number 3 is Grandmaster Galaxy. That's right, after getting all 120 stars, unlocking the green stars, and finding all 120 of them, the final galaxy is unlocked. And this is widely considered to be one of, if not the hardest Mario level ever created. 6 sections of some of the most difficult platforming you will see in a Mario game. But that's just the first star, the ultimate test. It's basically just a warm-up. The perfect run is where it's at. Now you have to complete all 6 sections once again, except this time you get no checkpoints, and you can't take a single hit throughout the entire thing. Good golly gravy. That is an insane task to complete, but that is exactly why it's on here. It might be dang near impossible, but it is super engaging and will keep any player wanting to stay and try to conquer it. Every obstacle is pretty hard, but also very fair. If you die, it's because you made a mistake. And having all of those Hammer Bros at the end with needing to take out the 3 Boomerang Bros is the perfect challenge to finish it off. I will never forget that moment when I took that final launch star, grabbed star number 242, and said, I did it. I just 100%ed this game. I could also say a similar thing about this next level, because we're going to Super Mario 3D World, and at number 2, I have the other final challenge, Champions Road. Look, I'm not one of those people who was begging for Mario games to be more difficult or anything, but Nintendo really hit it out of the park with these. This level is even longer and harder than Grandmaster. One moment you're running across platforms with gaps, next making perfect jumps up beat blocks, then bouncing up a wall, or even sprinting across dash panels with no railings around you and a bunch of electric beams coming from all directions. Back in my middle school days, I spent hours and hours on this level and died so many times. I even stopped playing for a little while, unable to beat it. I should hate it because of all of that, and a part of me does, but another part of me just sees how fun it all is. Everything you've seen in the game up to this point is all put together right here for the finale, and I feel engaged the whole time. No gaming experience compares to finally making it all the way to this last section, jumping over all of these gaps, running in the perfect pattern to grab all 5 key coins, and escaping to the clear pipes that spell out thank you. Everyone is there at the end to let you know you did it, and you should be really proud of yourself. Then at number 1, this should be no surprise, we are looking at Super Mario Odyssey, and the best Mario level of all time is New Donk City. When I first saw this kingdom in the trailer, I knew this was going to be the best game ever. Just look at everything you do throughout your journey here. At first, it's nighttime, it's raining, and there's no power here. So you climb up the skyscraper and take down Mecha Wiggler, who was stealing all of the electricity. Once he's defeated, the city is back to normal, and there are so many activities you can do here. Jump roping, racing an RC car, even all of the sub-areas here are awesome. And of course, you get to meet the mayor, and that just so happens to be Pauline. Yep, from all the way back in Mario's first appearance. With peace having been restored to the city, she decides to put on a festival to celebrate, and this is so much fun every time. It really does feel like a trip down memory lane, revisiting exactly what Mario was so many years ago, and it's all accompanied by Jump Up Superstar. Yeah, I could not ask for anything better. It's the greatest level of all time. So what'd you think of the list? What is your favorite Mario level? I'd love to know. But that is all for right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.